We are live. Hello and welcome to the Manic Money Finance Channel. I'm your host, Money Mike, and I'm here to talk to you guys about everything finance, TradFi, cryptocurrency, Elon Musk and Donald Trump getting into a fight and riling up the markets. It's pretty crazy. Am I right? A little Twitter beef, a little spat. A little fight between mommy and daddy here, and the markets, they just, it didn't last for long, though. That is for sure. All right, let's go ahead and do our customary sound check here. A little Twitter beef, a little spat, a little fight between mommy and daddy here. And the markets, they just, sounds like the audio is good. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to share this bad boy out to a few people. Let's get this out there. I got to change the photo here, apparently. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get this out on the Manic Money page. Get this out there on the Manic Money page. All right. So if you don't live under a rock, you know that I believe Musk stepped away from his his whatever he was doing for Trump. I believe he stepped away from that position. And since stepping away, he and Trump are getting into a little bit of a spat. Basically, he was saying that he doesn't agree with the big, beautiful bill. Big, beautiful bill. He does not agree with the spending after cutting spending. That's the premise coming from Musk. Trump, on the other hand, I don't know. I heard some stuff about, Trump didn't back the electric car revolution initiative, and that was really the reason behind it. And therefore, he decided to attack Trump. I think it's kind of crazy. Part of me wonders if it's all just orchestrated drama. But what was really interesting to me was how the markets digested it. So this is the SPY, the S&P, and as you can see, this is Trump-Elon beef right here. Trump-Elon beef right here. Obviously, the markets recovered Friday, which was nice to see. It's not the greatest pattern to see. I guess you could say this looks like a cup and handle here. But the thing that I'm seeing, I'm going to go ahead and just scroll out here, because we had an earlier trend going here. And this was a kind of a pervasive trend with the SPY that's been going on for a long time. This is going on from last year. There's been hiccups along the way back here in 2024 in the summer there. And then there is this giant just tariff trade war algorithmic nightmare here. It's an algorithmic nightmare. This right here is what happens when high-frequency trading bots and algorithms rule the market. Now, this here might have been a bunch of boomers bailing out. Seeing their retirement that's grown for years and years as they're sitting in their house, that the equity had just exploded and ballooned over the past few decades. And all of a sudden, they start getting a little scared. They're sitting on their nest egg, their retirement, and they start bailing out. Because we got all the way down to the 4,000s. This was just a wild ride. But as you can see, this last day, what happened? Oh, this last day, we regained this trend. And I was talking about this. that we should regain this trend eventually. We're back into the money. That's why I say the bull market is back on. Regardless of whatever insanity is going on, at the end of the day, tariffs, while they might be crappy in some ways because you're paying more for certain goods, what it's going to end up happening is bringing more manufacturing, more production back to the United States. It just makes more sense. If you have a 100% tariff on your goods, you're going to want to make them here. That's all there is to it. That's what happened under McKinley. It's all politics aside. I'm picking sides here. This is not what we do at the Manic Money Finance channel. I have a hard enough time understanding finance, a hard enough time following the markets, predicting the patterns and the trends. I don't need to even begin to delve into the ecosystem of politics. That not for me. Not for me. It's a beautiful thing to see this, though. I love it. Hopefully you were buying the dip. I know our crazy diamond hand people. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see here. Oh, look at that. We dropped below the trend. So this was our our cross here. Everything kind of stock price, crypto price, asset price in general, kind of, funnels into a wedge, typically. And usually what'll happen is it'll break to the upside or the downside. Obviously, we have been marching. We have just been marching here since April. So this was the most, I believe when I was drawing this, I said, hey, look at this. We're towards the bottom of the trend. It's not looking great. The consolidation and correction, though, was definitely needed. We're seeing a similar low right here, 100,000, 100,000. So as long as Bitcoin can maintain over the 100,000 mark, life's going to be good for my crypto peeps out there. Crypto peeps. So yesterday, I've been doing my 20-pound and 20-day challenge for Populist Persona channel. You should definitely subscribe to that. Populist Personas, YouTube, we're everywhere. We live stream. And no spoilers. I can't give you any spoilers because that's going to be a long video format. That's going to be a blockbuster premiere, a big, beautiful video. And let's just say yesterday came around and I was destroyed. I was wiped. I wasn't having it. I skipped the gym for the first time since I started this. And I was done. I was done. And I would have loved to live stream for you guys, but basically I discovered how to make chocolate pudding with hard-boiled eggs and cottage cheese, and it was delicious. And I didn't have to feel bad about it. And I made burgers with a bun that was made out of a mushroom cap. So no offense or anything. Also, my stuff was down. My stuff was down bad yesterday. Not bad. My stuff was down. A lot of the stuff that I was looking into. My number one top pick here, Bitcoin Depot warrants. We'll scroll in so I can show you guys. This was Thursday right here. This was Thursday. It was rough. It was about a 25% drop in one day. Maybe more like 20%. It was a difficult thing. That was because of Bitcoin dipping. It is what it is when you have a company like this that is so tied to Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin. It literally has Bitcoin in the name. The price is going to dip. That's just all there is to it. They're still up drastically. I'm not worried. The stock price is also up drastically. And in fact, this is the stock price. It literally just dipped a little bit. A little teeny tiny bit. And it already regained those levels. As long as this thing can keep marching, people, those warrants, the 25 cents that those warrants are worth right now, and I will harp on this over and over again. This 28 cents that these things are worth right now could be peanuts in the future. Could be peanuts in the freaking future. Now, just something to keep in mind. Just something to keep in mind. So I'm going to be going over, let's mix in a new one. Let's just throw it out there. Let's get something new in here for you guys. Huh? Well, don't you know? Wouldn't you like something nice and fresh? This is one that I've made really good money on in the past. Good old DocuSign. So let's back this bad boy up. So this is pre-earnings. So we have earnings. All right, so the last earnings shot up. Major. Life is good. Sell. And if you did, you'd be a happy person because it freaking dipped. And you see this earnings right here, big gap up. Huh. All right, so if you were looking at this stock at a short-term trading, if you wanted to trade the earnings, you're gonna think, man, it gaps up during earnings. It's pretty crazy. So maybe on these next earnings, I'll buy this. It looked like a nice old cup and handle thing forming here. So yeah, it looks like a nice little cup and handle forming, which we know has a 95% success rate. And then, would you look at that? After these earnings, absolutely got destroyed. So let's see what kind of indicators I'm working with here. So we're looking for volume weighted average price. All right, volume weighted average price. I don't know what this is. Auto anchored. You'll have to excuse me. All right. Most likely, the volume weighted average price is going to be much more. So this is an auto anchored version, which I don't really like. That's not going to be great. So I'll just tell you what the volume weighted average price of DocuSign is at the moment. I'm looking at the old chart here. Now it is almost $80. And what's volume weighted average price is basically just looking at the average price. I'm looking at a 1 week period. If you look at the 3 month period, the volume weighted average price is still right around 80. So what'd your boy do? I know that a bunch of firms have cut the price targets for DocuSign, analysts, but the average price target is still $90 a share. Granted, their earnings were actually good. So what did your boy do? Your boy bought $80 calls for a couple weeks out. Not a ton. Just kind of see where it goes. Obviously, with something like this, where you just get a crash out in price, typically what you'll see happen is some recovery. When I see this is just an overreaction of the market. This gap filled, but now we have this gap to deal with. So this right here is just This is just upward pressure. It's just buying pressure here. This thing has to fill. It doesn't have to per se, but more often than not, that those gaps will fill. That's what happened here. This gap filled down here. That's what happened here. This gap filled again down here. And then you had this gap filled, this gap, and wouldn't you know it, that gap also filled. It's crazy. So this is one of the plays that I like for something new coming out here. Another thing I really like, which might be a little bit more of a risky play, but Helios Medical Technologies. So these guys, you want to talk about holy gap. These guys right here. These guys right here did an offering at $3.22 a share. They raised about $10 million. Their market cap is minuscule right now. So this offering is going to close, I believe, on Monday. So what's going to happen is a bunch of people out there with a lot more money than me and you bought a bunch of shares of this company at $3.22 a piece. Right now, all of a sudden, they're at a massive discount. And you see these two candles are massive. This price cratered. This is just algorithmic high-frequency trading bot heaven. You see these giant green candles. It's massive volume. So I like this bad boy for a hold over the weekend. And that's why I'm freaking holding it over the weekend. This is a nice one. Right around $1 a share. If you look at the one-day chart, we popped up in the pre-market. Obviously, it equalized, but we didn't close under $1. And there's just no reason for the stock market to overreact so much. This thing had a reverse split a while back. I think that's right here. As stock price was not good. So I think that's why people are reacting the way they are. When a company does a reverse split, because, earnings suck. But they're getting better. So when a company does do a reverse split, and then they do an offering shortly after, it just scares the ever-living hell out of people. I don't blame them. Let's start. Remember, that's a short-term play. So let's check out Bloom's. Bloom's maintained. As you know, I made some money on this nice little pop right here. It was a beautiful thing. I held some of the bag. Today, I sold only because I could see that it wasn't quite doing exactly what I wanted to, and I wanted to get into that other stock and DocuSign. But I still think this one is a decent. Let's trash this. Let's see if I can't figure out this volume weighted average price thing. Fuck it. Never mind. So I still think this one's a good one. If you look at this, you just have these massive spikes into the 40-cent region. It wants to go there. Higher lows, lower highs. As you know, we'll go solid candles to solid candles to solid candles. As you know, by the old funnel, I mean, this thing is ready to break out in either direction. I mean, it is primed to pop on Monday. Obviously, they announced that they got the extension to regain compliance, and the shares did go up after hours. Probably not by much. Yeah, not by much. We just got to let the markets digest that news. But I would definitely be checking this one out on Monday to get in, make some more money off this bad boy. Let's check out Zora. Zora's another one we've been into. Had a nice pop. Actually, back when Bitcoin started dipping, it had a nice pop. But you see your traditional head and shoulders. It's not good. Just like dandruff, head and shoulders is bad. If you need it, if you do need it, I suggest you get it. So Zora, I still like Zora. It's kind of a crazy chart here. As you can see, we're definitely working our way into like a really good pop here. I'm waiting for a Binance listing. I think that is going to be the next catalyst that sends this thing. It's basically listed everywhere else. What's going on, Binance? Where you at? What you doing? But yeah, social media, cryptocurrency, still like it. Still good. Let's check out gold. Oh, look, gold. Gold's looking good. Very nice. And besides that, Pacific Biosciences. So, this one I like. Jumped into this bad boy for that dip under $1. That's a bold move there, Cotton. That dip under $1 for a company like this, Kathy Wood over there at ARK Investments is just buying these up like crazy. That right there to me is always a good sign. We could be forming a cup here. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We are getting higher lows. So hopefully, fingers crossed. That's what we're going to be looking at here. The trend, if we go short term, the trend looks good. Obviously, you know, this is a lot of drop. The new administration is really what's kind of killing it. The earnings suck. Revenue is getting better, but the earnings just suck. Unfortunately, they have kind of a high float. I went with June 20th and September 19th options on this bad boy. Dollar calls because they're cheap. Nobody's expecting this thing to do anything crazy. That's why stuff like this, you know, these value plays like this, because you think about it, if this thing goes back to this high, I'm 5 to 10 times my money. Psh, psh. You wish. Yeah. You know, this whole thing was crazy this week. We're getting used to the whole Trump tariff war stuff. We're getting used to that crap, unfortunately. You know, we're getting used to this guy affecting the markets in an insane way, which is unfortunate because really a lot of what he's done hasn't really done much to the actual economy in general. You know, he's a very polarizing figure, very provocative, and you know, sometimes things he says, well, you know. So luckily, Trump and Musk stopped fighting Friday, and the lack of anything coming from them, the silence. I guess that was all the markets needed to rebound. Bring us back, sorry guys, into a bull market. Yeah. So I guess Doge is still actually working and doing stuff. That's even funnier. Yeah, if you go and look up news right now about Trump, it is all about Elon Musk and him. So I guess the U.S. job market slowed, but that was a loss of 22,000 federal workers, mostly. I mean, when you say the job market slowed, to me that would signal an unemployment rate at least going up at least 0.5%. We did not get that at all. And basically, what you're going to be seeing is a lot of posturing. There's going to be a lot of posturing. These tariffs and this whole trade war BS. It's basically just a bargaining chip for Trump to try to get what he wants from these countries. But the U.S. and China are talking, and Trump is claiming that Xi Jinping, the Chinese guy, president guy, is going to let rare earth metals come back to America. So, China, they're smart, they're strategic, they're very art of war. So, they have a lot of rare earth minerals, and they can use it to kind of get what they want. Now, if you think about it, that might mean they have more leverage than we do. Because right now, outside of China, as far as rare earth metals go, there's some in different continents. There's some in Africa. There's definitely some in South America. But they just don't have the infrastructure put together yet, and they're not really mining them as intensely as China is. So it's pretty interesting. Obviously, right now, what the markets are telling me is that we're basically good for the moment. Relax. The weekend is long, though. I'm going hardcore into the crypto. I think crypto is going to be doing some very fun stuff this weekend. I actually like to check out the live chart here for you guys. Look at the one-day chart here just to see what's going on, because we just came past 8:30. So we had this trend here for the last 20 minutes or so. We're looking, obviously on the daily chart here, we are technically down. I always talk about that 8:30 p.m. reversal. It always happens. Sometimes it's just not as intense. So basically, we were going up. We look like we might be having a reversal right now. Unfortunately, this low is that's the worst low that we've seen since 10 a.m. This does not bode well. No, even worse. More like 9:30 a.m. since the traditional finance market's open. So hopefully we rebound from here. Because this not good. As you can see, we are out of the trend line. So we kind of need that bump to 105, 106 to regain that. Obviously, this is looking like a possible round top, which is unfortunate. But if you back up, you could say it's a cup and handle V-shaped correction. Just don't like this obvious, persistent downward trend going on here. But regardless, I'm still going bull case for crypto this weekend. I'm still going after it. I love trading on the weekends. What's the best case for crypto? Being able to trade on the weekends when you can't trade anything else? Who wants to trade Forex? Yuck. Oh, I got a 2% gain over a 1 week period. No, I'm good. I'm freaking good. No, let's trade crypto. Let's buy some meme coins. Not financial advice. It's in the description now, though. So I'm not going to waste my time telling you guys that this is not financial advice. It's just not. It's not financial advice. We're here to make money. We're here to jump in, to make some bad decisions even, maybe. Fail a little bit. Learn some things. It's how we roll. It's how we roll. That's why I trade crypto every single weekend. That's right. I gotta leave you with that. Yeah, there's no need to go over next week's news. We'll do that on Sunday's episode. Stay tuned for Sunday's episode. It's going to be pretty intense. I'm going to go through a lot of stuff. We're going to be doing some research this weekend. And I'm going to be hitting you guys with some knowledge on Sunday. Going to make some bold predictions. I'm going to see if I'm going to be right or wrong. But yeah, it's been a pleasure having you. Stay frosty. Don't let the emotions get the best of you trading.